you would not believe the large percentage of Airbnb hosts that lose money every single day because they did not properly set up their Airbnb listing. So today I'm going to teach you the step-by-step process for creating your Airbnb listing the right way in 2025. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm Rob Abasolo. I am the CEO and founder of HostCamp.com, the largest short-term rental community in the world. And if you want to just take a look at a sample of the thousands of listings that have launched in my community, then head on over to HostCamp.com/listings and have a look yourself at how the world's most top-tier operators curate their listings. Okay, let's hop in. Step one, you've got to actually create your Airbnb account. Now, if you haven't done this before, please consider using my link to do so. And when you do that, you help me, you support the channel, and that alone should be the reason that you use my link. But if you're like, it's not good enough. Well, when you use my link, we'll actually be connected in the Airbnb portal, and I'll actually be able to give you my direct feedback on your listing when you're ready to launch it. I've actually given feedback to thousands of my YouTube subscribers over the years, so much so that I am actually the #1 referrer of hosts to the Airbnb platform. And also when you use my link, you usually get some kind of sign-up bonus too. That link is in the description down below. Once you've clicked that and created your profile, we can now move on to creating your listing. Today we're gonna be creating a new listing, and then we're gonna answer a few of the basic sections of your listing together. Hit get started right here. That's gonna take us to your next screen where they're gonna want a little bit of information about your pad. Then you're gonna be hit with all of the different categories that you can choose from. Use the one that best matches your place. For most people, it's gonna be a house or an apartment. Maybe you have a guest house like I do in Los Angeles or a tiny home like I do in Joshua Tree, California. But whatever it is, please try to be as truthful as possible. What I see a lot of people do is try to jam their house type into a category that sounds cooler. Like if it's a tiny broken down little bungalow, they're like, oh, it's a tiny home because it's tiny. No, it's not a tiny home. It is a home that is very small, but it's not ergonomically designed to be a tiny house. People are gonna read right through that, and the algorithm will probably read right through that too. A really good example of this is cabin, okay? I got a home in Gatlinburg, Tennessee that would absolutely benefit from me calling it a cabin, and I could get away with it based on the fact that I do have wood ceilings, but if you flip through the photos, you'll see that it's actually more of a house/cottage. As noted by the fact that I don't have wood siding, but vinyl siding. And many people would say, oh yeah, it's pretty much a cabin. Not gonna fly. Rant over next. All right, so are you hosting an entire home, meaning it is completely private, or a shared space within a home that you might live in? Maybe you live in the house full time and you rent out all the different rooms on Airbnb. Most of you are probably not hostel hosts, so I'm not gonna get into that. In this instance, we're gonna go entire place. And then from here, it's pretty easy, enter your address. Now you have the option to show your specific location. I'd imagine that that's probably gonna be, I'd imagine that Airbnb wants you to click that. The more specific you are, the more informed your guest is gonna be, and it'll just provide them clarity. You don't want them to think, oh wait, this isn't where I thought it was. So I will click that on and then we'll go next here. Now, if you're a little weirded out by putting your exact location on the map, I get it. As a matter of fact, I don't really like to do it myself. But remember, clarity is key. The point of this pin feature is just to be as clear as possible with your listing because it might just show up on the wrong side of your alley. So it just allows you to move it around here a little bit. Pretty easy. What you don't want to do is be like, oh yeah, I'm like way over here in a better part of town. Again, you'll get blasted for that. Oh, there you go. Actually, I'm so far away that it's like, wait a minute, that's not where your pin is. If you go too far, they're gonna recognize that and they're gonna say, hey, please move it closer to your location. Now we're gonna move into some of the more housekeeping items. How many guests can you actually house? What's your bedroom, bathroom count? How many beds do you have? So for me in this listing, I'll go 8. I've got 4 bedrooms. I've got 6 beds. And I've got 2.5 baths. Okay, now we're gonna get into the amenities aspect of your Airbnb listing, and this part's actually really important. You need to spend as much time filling out all of the amenities on your Airbnb listing as possible, no matter how big or how small they are. It matters. You can consider your Airbnb listing a wall of 200 levers. And all of those levers affect your placement in the algorithm. Every single time you pull down that lever, it bumps you up a little bit. So if you have the ability to pull 200 levers, you ever say a word so many times that it sounds weird? Levers. If you have the ability to pull 200 levers, why would you only pull 5? So go in here and be very thorough, and this isn't even the whole list of amenities. These are just the basic ones. So let's click everything that applies. Kitchen. Again, no matter how big or small, some people would be like, well, I mean, do I really have to click kitchen? Everyone's got a kitchen. No, they don't, and yes, it does matter. Free parking on premises. Again, if you're like, well, I've got street parking, why would I put that? It doesn't matter. Just put it on there. Just click it. It doesn't matter. If you've got it, click it. Do you have any of these safety items? P.S. You should have every single one of these in an Airbnb listing for the sole purpose that the job of every single one of these items is to save lives and keep you out of lawsuits. Now it's gonna ask you to upload 5 photos. There's no reason to only do 5. Upload all of them. The only reason you would upload 5 is if you're waiting for professional photography to come in and you just wanna get started on your Airbnb listing. At that point, I guess it's okay, so long as you don't actually hit publish. Okay, I'll upload all of these for now. Click upload. Take out all the duplicates. Okay, great. Once I've deleted everything that I don't want, I'm gonna hit upload. Just because you have a professional photo of your property does not mean that you should upload it, because a lot of professional photos aren't good, the angles are bad, they're not framed correctly, so be diligent in your selection process. Now here it's gonna ask you to pick a cover photo and start arranging your photos, and we'll do that a little later on in the process. But you could do it now. I always rather get the initial listing created and then go in and optimize after I fill out the basics. So click next here. Hey, I'm gonna take a quick break from today's video to let you know that I've created this handy dandy little PDF right here that will give you all of my top tips for creating an Airbnb listing. So you can use this as a guide when you create your listing. It's totally free. I made it for you because I love ya. Okay, that link is in the description down below. Back to the video. Now we're to the point where you gotta give your house a title. I see a lot of people do this incorrectly. As a matter of fact, doing an audit of my own properties, I'm unhappy with how I've done some of my own titles. Here's the best advice I could give you. Your title should showcase your property's top 4 amenities. Now, an interesting thing is that it's gonna give you the option to only do 32 characters, but later on you can adjust this and add a little bit more. Although it is fair to say that 32 characters is probably what Airbnb considers optimal, and that's something you should consider too. But outside of the length of it, you wanna make sure that you're showcasing amenities and you're not putting the fancy name of your property in the title. No one really ever cares about that. Next, okay, let's describe your house. Choose up to 2 highlights. For me, it's central, it is stylish. Next. Okay, now we're gonna create our description. Okay, something to keep in mind here, that description is only this section right here under about this space. You're gonna have the option to go and actually blow out the space details a little later. So we're gonna take what I've already written here, place it in here. So when I wrote this description previously, they allowed emojis. I guess they've taken it out. We're just gonna put tick marks instead of an emoji. No worries. I bet you even later we'd be able to toss those back in. But really you should be aiming to capture the spirit and the best aspect of your house in 1 to 2 sentences, and then list your property's top amenities. Even if you've already listed them in the title, put them all in here again, and everything else that you couldn't fit in that title. Next. Now we're gonna set the price here. $163 is what Airbnb recommends for my size home in my particular neighborhood. That's okay for now. I'm not really gonna rely on the Airbnb pricing tool. I'll sync up a tool like Price Labs after I've created my listing. Click next. Once you set your pricing, Airbnb will send you to this page where you can start applying some of your discounts to your listing. New discounts such as your new listing promotion. In this case, they've preset it for you. You can offer a 20% discount off of your first 3 bookings. As much as I hate discounts and giving them and people who ask for them, I actually do recommend doing this because I have seen a notable bump in the algorithm after launch when I've applied these discounts. You can then set your weekly and your monthly discount. You can also check those off. Check off! Check off!
I used to yell, check off all the time. Check off. No clue what it meant.
You can check those off if you don't want to do it. I usually do because I'm going to go in and fine tune my discount and my pricing after I've created my listing. Click next. Next thing, you want to answer all of these questions. Do you have an exterior camera present or cameras in your toilet? Do you have a noise decibel monitor present? Basically one of those devices that detects loud noises that will alert you if a party is going on at your property and if you store weapons on your property, which you shouldn't. Why would you? What's the scenario? I guess maybe if you rent it out part-time, which my general advice is you should never have weapons chilling at your Airbnb, but call me crazy. And just a quick little tip here, if you do click security cameras present, it'll ask you to describe it. So you can say, hey, I've got a Nest camera or a Ring doorbell on my front door. Okay, not so hard, right? Just click publish and start printing cash. Except that you shouldn't do that because there's so much more that goes into crafting and curating a good Airbnb listing. The problem is that most Airbnb hosts hit that publish button and say, I'm good to go. I'm ready for this passive money to start rolling in. What Airbnb has done here is given you the bare minimum to go live with your listing. And if you're not super tech savvy or really super Airbnb savvy, then I could totally understand why you'd hit publish and never look at it again. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna hit save and exit, and then you're gonna scroll down all the way to the bottom to your listing in progress, and then you're gonna click edit listing. And then in the next video, we're gonna go on to phase 2. This video is creating the listing. The next video is curating and crafting it. I'm gonna give you all of the secret sauce, all of my tips and tricks to create an outstanding banger property, a top 1% listing in your market. All you have to do is click right here to watch the video. After, of course, you like and subscribe. But this video is gonna help you make money, I promise. Catch you on the next episode of Rob Built.